Hello, Jess Good here, back with another video, and today I'm reviewing the LEGO Captain America Civil War set, the Superhero Airport Battle. It has 6 minifigures, 1 micro figure, 1 giant minifigure, and it retails for $80 in the United States and has 807 pieces. Now let's take a look at the minifigures. So here is Giant Man, and he is basically a brick-built minifigure who's humongous, and I think he looks great. There's a little bit of flaws. For example, the back looks a little bit odd, but I mean, there's not really any way they could get past that just on how the LEGO system works in undersides of bricks. And the actual design of the legs underneath, I don't like that there's a lot of gray showing. I wish they would have just kept the whole thing black. But other than that, the front just looks fantastic. I love everything about it with the little arms right here, which are actually on ball joints, so you can move them up and down or even to the side that regular minifigures can't really move their arms to. They use these little Technic pieces right here, which are perfect for minifigure claws, and they also got this nice little kind of head build, which actually has a little bit of a removable mask, where you can see he has printing right here. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stickers, but oddly enough, this is not a sticker. The little face print is not a sticker whatsoever, so that looks really cool. But this part's a sticker, this is a sticker, that's a sticker, that's a sticker, that's a sticker. 3 separate stickers right there, which I don't like the gaps there, but they're not as bad since they're on black. 2 stickers right there, but hey, you know, LEGO stickers are basically what's to expect, especially for a large retail set. Either way, I love the helmet mold. I think, or not really a helmet mold, but the helmet design, because it looks like the helmet mold from the actual Ant-Man minifigure when you compare them. I think they really captured that almost perfectly. So other than that, very cool, and the legs are also posable, so you can kind of make him stomp around as you'd like, or position him to different kind of standing positions, everything like that. Very, very awesome, and you can also rotate the head as you'd like, 360 degrees. So very cool, and now onto that tiny micro figure. Here's the micro figure Ant-Man. He can fit on 1 stud, and it's a very cute little representation of the actual minifigure Ant-Man, which you can see the comparison right there. And interestingly enough, you get 2 of him. One's an extra piece in the set. So here are the sizes of Ant-Man in LEGO form. These 2 do come in the set. This one comes in the Ant-Man Final Battle set, which was released last year. And it's really cool kind of seeing like a height chart. Here's War Machine. He has a black kind of coating this time around, which looks awesome. Totally updated from his last LEGO appearance as a minifigure, which was his Iron Man 3 appearance, which you can see right here. He has a totally different kind of mounting system as well, where they use that newer kind of neck attachment. He also has a little baton that he could hold right here and hold on his hands, as well as a stud shooter this time around to shoot the stud out, which I think works better than the old kind of cannon that they included on the minifigure. Other than that, the biggest part that I don't know why they changed is his little face, which the one from the Iron Man 3 line looks more accurate to the actual actor. This one, I don't know why they chose to use the cyborg face, and you can see that he has an alternate face right here, which has kind of a more angry look, but I think the old one from the Iron Man 3 line of sets just fit better, so I don't know why they did that. Here's the Iron Man in the set, and he has a new torso and leg printing as far as I can tell, which is awesome. This little part right here is supposed to look like a blast from his arms, which I really like how they did that. Very simple build. All they used was a regular rod and a little radar dish right there. But if you don't want to display that, you could just replace it with one of these extra studs that they include. And his face print is nothing new. And you can see his back face print. He has kind of an angry face. Very nice printing on the back of his torso as well. Here's Agent 13, who I really actually like this minifigure. Her torso is new. I believe her face print is new, which looks really cool. And it's kind of like a smirking face. She has a little gun right there. Her hair mold is a hair mold that doesn't really appear outside the LEGO minifigure series. And also we got this nice alternate face right there. Here's Scarlet Witch, who's totally updated from her Age of Ultron LEGO appearance. Her little energy parts right here are much better in their coloring this time around, because last time they used blue, which didn't really fit the character. Her hair mold is a different hair mold that's actually really uncommon in that color, and it fits her better. The only thing that's the same really is her face print. She even has a new torso print, and they use a cloth piece to kind of have her sweater kind of carry on to the bottom, which I really like how they have that. The only thing that it's lacking is there's no leg printing, which kind of makes me sad, but other than that, very well done minifigure. Here's the Winter Soldier, who has a new appearance from his last appearance, which you can see new arm printing, which this one's much more accurate to the movies, as well as torso printing, and a different face. The face is the same one as Star-Lord's, which also has that double-sided face on the back. But he has a little gun right here and some nice back torso printing. I really like his arm printing this time around. And we got Captain America, who is the same exact printing and everything as the Age of Ultron sets, which is kind of sad. I would have liked a new version of him, especially considering how many Age of Ultron sets he came in. And he also has this nice shield print right here. So you got 3 more builds of the set. You got this nice airport control tower, this little luggage transport vehicle, and the new stealth Quinjet. And just compare this to the size of Giant Man, and you can see that he's actually not so big after all. The airport control tower is simple, but I like the build because I like city builds. It's kind of weird that they included it this year when there's already airport sets coming out in the summer. So there's a lot of little play features here and there. For example, the bottom floor right here has a little play feature that explodes the boxes. The boxes all have stickers on them. And I don't really like the builds of them because they all kind of attach this little Technic pin on the bottom to work with the play feature, but only one could be attached to that hole right there, so I don't know why they did all of that. You can see one of them says AIM on it, Hammer, and then this one says Stark Industries. Very nice little Marvel references right there. And to activate the play feature, you got to put a box right in that hole, but we'll get to that in a little bit. There's a no entry sticker as well as an air traffic control kind of a sign right here. That's also a sticker. This little gate part is quite a nice build, and you could position it any way you'd like. There's a restricted area, authorized minifigures only, which I really like that. ID required. And the bottom floor, you can see there's a little wrench and a fire extinguisher, and that's where the play feature kind of comes in handy. What you gotta do is you get the little micro figure of Ant-Man, and you gotta push it in that hole. And once you push it in the hole right there, it's supposed to launch out the box, but you probably have to give it a little bit force like that, so the box kind of flies out. The middle section has a little exploding wall function, and there's also an inside computer part which has a stickered piece and 2 little cabinets with a little cup and a printed keyboard piece inside there. Now, exploding wall function is very easy. You just push this lever right here, and the walls kind of come off like that, and you can easily put them back in as you'd like. And the top of the tower actually has a really cool build where they use this kind of windscreen piece on some little hinge plates, and it gives it kind of a cool look. And then inside the tower, you have 2 stickered control panels, as well as a little swivel chair. And on the top of the tower, you have some little radio kind of stems right there, and this little spinning kind of light. So all that's really cool. And now let's go on to the next build. The new Quinjet is about half the size of the last one, and honestly, I don't think it's as bad now that I have it built as when I first saw it, because when I first saw it, I wasn't really a fan of this. Either way, you can see that compared to Cap, and there's some really cool features to it, and I think in some ways it improves over the last one because of how compact it is, but in other ways, it's kind of a weaker version of the Quinjet. There's a lot of sticker details to the new Quinjet, but I don't mind them so much. For example, this front little windshield, I like the sticker on there. But it's attached by this little hinge part, so you can easily open it up and fit about 2 minifigures sitting down in there, so I really quite like that. The inside of it also has this little stickered part right here, which is just a 1x2 tile. Pop it out, and that's really the only control panel to the whole kind of vehicle. There's no yokes or anything like that, but still pretty nice design. Moving on to the middle section, you got more stickers. You also got this little play function, which we'll get to in a little bit. Also on the parts where the wings are at, you got more stickers, and you got a part that you could flap up and down to make it kind of designed different ways. Maybe you want to put these 2 parts right here or make it more aerodynamic in any way. And there's also 2 little parts attached that kind of make the wing. They're smaller wings, but they are on little hinge pieces, so you can move them up and down and position them to any way you like. And they're basically the same on both sides. And the back of the vehicle has a little deploy function where you could push this kind of door down, and what you get is this little string, and with the string you could kind of attach Captain America to it so he could be deployed from the vehicle. Maybe you would want to attach him beforehand, close the vehicle, and there's just enough space to maybe fit 1 minifigure like that, then open it up and drop him down from the vehicle. Inside there's really nothing in there. I mean, it has less space than last year's Quinjet vehicle, which is saying a lot, but you could kind of get a peek at the play function. Taking a look at that middle play feature, all you have to do is twist this, and then it reveals 2 blasters. Those are both stud shooters, so you could shoot those studs out like that. And then you could actually wheel it back in by reversing the other way. And taking a look at the underside of the vehicle, there's 3 wheels for landing gear, and that's really it. So that's it for the mini Quinjet, and now let's go on to the next build. And the last of the builds is this little luggage carrier. It reminds me of a classic town build because of how the dimensions of the vehicle are, and the small little wheels and perhaps the small little windshield. So I really do like this. It's attached by this little middle part, which just connects just like that. And the luggages part right here has a little play feature where if you press down on this, all the luggages go flying. I love the stickers on all 3 of the suitcases because you got Sokovia, which was the Age of Ultron place, Wakanda, which is Black Panther's place, and then you got this one that says BLL, which I don't know what that stands for, but it has a little minifigure head on it. And also this little luggage carrier has 2 little air traffic control lights, which are removable right here from these clips. So that's it for the build altogether, and now let's go on to the box and the final verdict. The box is pretty huge. The back has some nice details. The instruction booklet isn't stapled, but it's one of the more nicer ones, and you got an advertisement for all 3 sets in the back. I usually don't care about comic books, but let me flip through it quickly and just speed through it. The little minifigure checklist on the back is pretty cool as well. So the Superhero Airport Battle is a very satisfying set. Look, it's one of my most hyped sets of 2016, and I think it delivered, but not to the extent that I expected it to. It's a really good set, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of flaws to it. For example, I don't really like the Quinjet inclusion. I think it looks cool and it's cool to get a smaller version, but for a vehicle that we just got last year, it's kind of odd to get a smaller version that kind of detracts from having a bigger airport build. But then again, the idea of having an airport build when we're getting LEGO City Airport sets is also kind of an odd choice. But I do like the airport build in this set. I think it looks really cool, but just the context of when this was released is kind of odd. But the minifigures are excellent. It's one of the best minifigure choices in the Marvel this year because all the minifigures are new, except for that Captain America minifigure, and then most of them are exclusive. And then the Giant Man build, I think, is excellent. I just don't like some of the gaps on him, and the backside looks kind of off, honestly. So I'll end up rating this a B. I think it's a great value for your money, but kids are going to enjoy this for kind of the more playability features and everything like that, but adults aren't going to be as satisfied as some of the other big LEGO Marvel play sets because there's a lot of parts that just kind of seem as odd choices. So that's really it for my thoughts on this set. You guys can express your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.